Okay, so a lot of progress made. Wall is fixed. It's in the process of being remudded, taped, prepping for paint. As soon as this is painted, then we can start moving living room furniture and stuff like that. Bedroom is also almost completely mudded and ready for paint. So as soon as we get paint done, then we can really start moving in. I do need to finish up the surround for the shower, but that's also plumbing, and that's a whole different monster. We have one bedroom just designated to receive stuff, and then we'll sort it after it's here, mainly so we can get things moved. Let's see, take this. Still don't have my tripod, which doesn't help. So I built these tables, which come in really handy. They roll around, hold all the stuff. In process of cleaning some construction disaster. The kitchen is a whole different monster. These tables are probably going to become temporary countertops until we sort out how we want to redo the kitchen, but that's not required for moving in. We haven't found a stove yet, but the stove is not really necessary because we have like an induction cooktop and a mini oven, and it's just the two of us, so not as big a deal. Still have to replace a couple outlets. Let's see. This is the room that will receive stuff. This little bedroom, almost ready for painting. She's finishing up the mudding. The surround is currently out here laying down so it flattens. I've started putting up the drywall for the shower. Just got a couple things to fix up and finish. Part of the plumbing in back was just crap, so I got to replace it. It's easier to replace it with the drywall not in the way. Yeah. So when I was tearing out the really crappy wall, turns out it was just connected to the back of the vanity. So that doesn't work. So we have to figure out how we're going to do this. And then the bedroom is just about ready for its paint. So even the popcorn ceiling's been scraped off. And it's just got a little itty bitty bit of mud to take off or put on. So far so good. This is push week. Finish this up so we can start moving. I'm happy with my wall job. That it already looks so much better just being repaired. Last stuff was just crap. Need extra special thank you to some of my friends because they had stuff that we could use and didn't cost us extra. You know, between tools, and even Eric got us had some leftover insulation from when he was working on his house. So made a world of difference. So get this back here. I really need to bring my tripod over. Really need to find it. So finish this up, get the painting done. Moving will begin probably as soon as the shower is done. Because once the shower is done, then we're fully functional, and we can go from there. Just a quickie video, you know, more progress updates. Yard is later work because it's not necessary to move it in. So, hope everybody's having a good day. Talk to you later. Okay, so taking a break. I just finished loading the car up with stuff. The apartment is total chaos. The house is also total chaos. Alright, it's not total chaos. It's actually very close to being ready to be moved in. It just feels like every time we take one step closer, it's 2 steps back. But I've emptied a closet. I've taken a ton of totes. I was gonna say I can't find my tripod anywhere, but I just found it, literally, while I'm doing this, hidden behind the door I just walked through. So, that'll make things easier. Tomorrow, if everything goes well, we finish mudding. We start painting. We'll paint over the weekend. The painting will be done, and then the moving in earnest commences. So that'll be good. The only dilemma is right now the time we have available to move stuff is during the day, during the week, when friends are unavailable to help. I've been loaned a trailer. That is an amazing amount of help. But that's still me loading everything I can by myself. So it's kind of where we're at. I really desperately want a nap, but I gotta go unload the car, and then I gotta do some work at the house so I don't waste the trip over there, waste the gas. Top it all off, we have the apartment complex harassing us now because, well, we told them we were moving, and apparently they don't like that too much, which is also another reason to move. This place just went crazy greedy and downhill really fast. So just kind of another quick update. I'm sure I'll probably have more once I get to the house, but right now this is where I'm at, and I still have loads more to load, literally. So I think tonight after I get back I'll start breaking this room down, so once its replacement is painted it can be moved. So on to the next step. Okay, load is all empty, so that's done. Fortunately today is much cooler, at least right now. Got the door open for quite a while and air never kicked on. It actually got down to like 58 degrees last night, 50 something like that. A huge difference compared to what we've been going through. Okay, update. Mud is almost done. Mr. Atwood has been doing an amazing job. I just fixed the holes. They make them look pretty. So tomorrow evening, the last of the mudding and sanding should be done. And then we're on to paint. That'll make this room look immensely different. Kitchen is still kind of a disaster staging area because there's only so much we can do in there. Still looking for an oven, but It's not necessary. Let's see. Laundry room. Utility room, whatever it's gonna be our mud room. This wall, I need to finish tearing out that crap drywall, put up new, finish relocating the dryer plug over to that wall. It was down there, all sorts of awkward. The only thing that will be awkward is the vent, but we don't really want it going up into the attic because there's no real attic fan, like no exhaust. So what's the point of throwing moist, damp air into your attic unless it's got somewhere to go out, which it does not. So a little bit of plumbing in there. I know this looks just terrible, but it's really not that bad. It's just old and how they put things in, and it's just, you make do. The fact that the wall was attached to the vanity, or at least the medicine cabinet area, that's just something I gotta figure out. So let's see, other thing that has to be done so that we can move in. This is just kind of the designated storage room for everything. Gotta have one room. So we'll redo this room when it comes time, but right now it's acceptable. It doesn't need anything done to it to really move in, just there's some beautification. This room, no matter what happens when I walk into it, it looks hazy. I don't know if it's just the way the light comes in or what, because it's just odd. But finishing patching up this room. Is currently holding the contents of the surround. I need to re-tape back up my air filter. Get some trash out. Trash man comes in the morning. And then, okay. On the checklist, I need to get that piece fitted in so the hole for the faucet can be cut, and then the last of the back pieces can go in, and then the surround can actually start going in. So that's done. And then, well, close up the back of the medicine cabinet, but that's part of the other side. These are the things you go through when you buy a house that, you know, has fixer-upperness. Our bedroom's almost ready to go. Just the tiniest bit of sanding and then paint. Cleared off the popcorn ceiling. I know some people are like, oh, get it wet, oh, do this, you know, part of it. Sometimes the dry scraping just goes faster. Yes, it's messier, but it just goes faster. So, if they just done the work right the first time, this place would have been in great shape. And then again, we probably wouldn't have got it for the price we did. So 2 of one, dozen of another. So little bits here and there. Step 1 for today is just going to be throwing some music back on, cleaning up, get everything so we can get ready to paint, and then have horrible hiccups. And then we'll go from there. Got the tripod back so I can set up and do stuff. lots and lots of work, and I am on my own right now. Mr. Atwood is teaching school. If it happened in the summer, we would have been better off, but it just didn't work that way. So, yeah. Time to get back to going. Okay, so a good chunk of things are cleaned up now. So when I was little, not necessarily as I got older, but when I was little, if you were making a thing or working on a thing, you cleaned as you go. Not necessarily like normal life stuff, but projects. So, problem I run into is if it's not a project, ADHD does not care. When it does care, though, it cares more than can be handled sometimes. So, amongst those in the SCA, there is probably more than our fair share number of people who suffer from such things. So, a lot of you guys may understand. So, also, when we were off doing things, my dad always seemed to make sure we had food. We may not have anything else, but we had food. So, if you're remodeling a house, make sure you have the means to feed yourself. I mean, granted, it's sandwiches and potato chips, but sandwiches with potato chips is better than no sandwiches and no potato chips. Fortunately, since we have the rather large fridge over there, we have a supply of sandwich fixins and drinks. A lot of drinks. We have water at the house. It's just, it's easier to be able to like reach in and grab something that's already cold. So, the home, sweet home, was a gift from our friend Daniel, who was also our realtor. He helped us out a lot. So, kind of cleaning up of the drywall mess is done. Now I need to fix the fan with the filters on it before I go making more drywall mess. So, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna come back to it. And I'm not gonna bother, forcing you guys to watch me eat a sandwich, because that's ridiculous. So, be right back. Okay, so this is the thing I'm fixing up. This was just a simple air filter I saw on YouTube. Dealing with construction smuts. And for something that was $20 to put together, it's worked really well. So, the one problem I have is I didn't have any duct tape. So I went with the tape I had, and the humidity just kind of said, "You will not work." But it's just 4 filters attached to a fan. Fan sucks the air in through the filters, sends it out clean. You got all your gaps covered. Is this the right way to fix this right now? Probably not. Do I necessarily have the patience to fix it the right way right now? Most definitely not. And we're just gonna fix it with what we got. So the bottom is quite literally just part of the box the fan came in. It could set right on the floor, but it still sucks up air you don't want down around the edges. So there's some guys that make like boxes for these things that they just can click their filters in, and then they have whole shop filters. Much cheaper than some of those fancy, expensive shop filters. So attached, passable, and then mudding and stuff can recommence easily. Probably came off too partly because I only did one layer of tape the first time, so but everything was sticky well, so that made it easy. But you can definitely see where it is just sucked in all the drywall dust and stuff. More than doing its intended purpose of protecting Mr. Atwood's lungs while they work on mudding the drywall. So, my $20 investment worthwhile. There are some where they get the like really expensive multi-inch filters, but did not have the money for that right now, so it's gonna have to be work with what we get. Not pretty, but it's functional. And it probably took me about the same amount of time to put it together the first time. So now the time to stick it back in the room I'm working in and let it do its job. Alrighty, so shower surround drywall is back in. So, with the exception of a little minor cleanup and stuff, and then we can kind of come in and at the very least prime the bathroom, because we haven't decided what color we want to go with. Main dilemma is the tub's pink, but it is out of our price range to replace the tub right now. So I'm gonna make do. Things are probably gonna be a variety of pink and something else, which I don't care. So the other dilemma I have to deal with at some point is the bottom portion of the medicine cabinet actually needs trimmed back. I don't know if you can tell. That gap should not be there. So unless we want a flat vanity, which I don't care, I mean, we're gonna have, one thing has to happen or another. Either this needs trim back at this bottom shelf about uh, close to an inch and a half, or we get a vanity top that's flat, or just the tiniest bit shorter. I don't really care which. I mean, could I trim the top of the vanity? Yes. Would I want to? No. That is just a level of pain I do not want to deal with, and it's not flush. So we've looked at flat ones. We've looked at totally different vanities. Who knows? We might even just get like a little pedestal sink. I don't know, but it's nice to have the little bit of cupboard down there. So these are literally decades worth of repairs that were done poorly. So, oh, there's a gap. Fill it with spray foam. You know, something doesn't fit, just layer it. So it's just pulling it out, do it the right way. So, the other problem we run into is quite literally there's paneling on top of drywall in all the rooms except for the bedrooms. So just, it's awkward. Makes everything awkward. So but I am probably going to go clean up a bunch of my mess, and then maybe call it beer 30. I don't know. Mr. Atwood has to do school stuff. Air filter's chugging along. So yeah. So close. But our deadline is so close too. So. Alright. I'm just gonna end this here. So hope everybody's having a good day. And we'll talk to you later. Okay. So besides realizing I say okay a lot, I'm going to show you something that kind of proves something was done by somebody who didn't know what they were doing. Okay. So, alright. So I'm measuring up to replace this wall, right? So I can see if I can fit it together with the drywall I have available without going and getting any more. So, see the orange cable? The orange cable was added when they added in washer and dryer hookups. Okay, mainly the dryer, because washing machines don't take the electrical oomph. Alright, see how it kind of comes through here into this curly cues, but then it wraps around the water pipe and then goes over and then comes back. That's not how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go straight across, be supported, then down, and then up in a little conduit thing, and then attach. It does not. That is just me putting it as a temporary stay over there because they originally had it clear over here, just stuck to the wall. Why you would have the two separated, I don't know. So, either A, I have to undo that, pull it out, wrap it the correct way, pull it through so it's not got all this extra that can potentially get a screw through it or a nail or whatever. Or, you know, I have to worry about it like this. So, as it is, this portion of the wall needs a block right here so that when I put drywall up, it'll be supported, because I don't know what they were doing. So that's, yeah. And these are all little things that just could have been done right the first time. I mean, obviously at some point they replace the plumbing, because the copper pipe is way newer than what was here. But they just didn't do it right. Whoever did it. I mean, I found a soda bottle in there from like the 80s. So. Just lots of little things. Pain in the butt. I mean, ideally, I'm also going to replace the light before I close this up. I have the light. I have all the stuff. I actually should go get another plastic junction box. Fortunately, that's like $3. So, still, it's the principle of the thing. So grr, rant over. Everybody have a good day. Okay, I don't know if you can really, well, tell the difference, but paint is going up. So, it's this close. It's taking a while to dry. It's been kind of humid off and on, so all the fans are going, just kind of letting it chill. Messed around with Rand to get some food. Next step is color once the stuff is dry, and then once the color is up in the living room and the bedroom, then it's moving more than I've already moved. So let's see. Show you. So I wish it was brighter so you could kind of tell, but it's definitely way more even. The ceiling looks immensely better now that the color is even. It's just taking forever. Lots of drying time. I mean, that's just craptastic wall. You can only do so much. But I removed a ton of stuff. This is the landing room, so it's going to eventually be the craft room. So it's freebie for storage. Little bedrooms, patched, mostly painted. It still needs some patching, but nothing to make, livable. World of difference on the bedroom too. It's not patchwork pink and blue and everything else. So we've got just painting. Lots more painting to do. But painting should be finished this weekend. And then it's moving. So once we're moved in, there'll be little projects for a while, but I got the almost prepped for the surround to be finished. Still piecing up my pieces for the back wall, so a little bits there and there, but this is stuff I can haul a load over, work on something, put it up. Big thing was making things livable, so canvas drop cloths are most definitely better than plastic ones. Plastic ones stick you to your feet. Canvas ones just, you can actually nudge them around where you need them. So, pro tip. So, it's kind of where things are at. Lots and lots of work. So far so good. Alrighty, so a world of difference in here. Got the blue up. Just hiccups with everything. It's the joy of doing it yourself. Other than that, we're looking at starting to move. We've already started moving stuff over, but here in a couple days, we're looking at moving furniture. So, being officially here, not at the apartment, and then it's just emptying out the apartment. So, I've got a little bit to finish up in the bathroom still. The joys of an older house. Everything's not quite flush, not quite plumb, just not quite straight, not quite the right depth, So you gotta figure things out and make do. So it's kind of where we're at. Bedrooms painted, little bedroom's ready to go. The other big bedroom is, well, it's just storage. So things cleaned up. Still searching for an oven. You would think it'd be easier to find, but they're not. So other than that, and we have mini versions of all the appliances, so it's not like we're going to be without a stove and not able to cook, but just a little bits. Move things over and then see where things are going to go. So Mr. Atwood's already started putting some Halloween decorations. So that's kind of nice to be able to do. The drama with the apartment is just still ongoing, and none of it makes sense. So probably good that we got out when we did. Another cool part, all the yard space that we get to watch. So I was hauling over plants earlier, and birds everywhere and wildlife, and it wasn't all weird, so. But I think I'm going to end this one here, because next thing is things are going to be moving, so who knows how that'll go. And then kind of go from there. So hope everybody's having a good day, and we'll talk to you later.